Gentlemen, PT Pop here with his epiphanies and pontifications. Now, this is what I don't understand. There is so much irrefutable proof that 9/11 was an inside job that it's mind-boggling. Okay, it's mind-boggling. This isn't like speculation like the JFK assassination. There's no speculation here. This is irrefutable video proof and common sense and what we see. And if you have the ability to think critically, you go, oh, 3 buildings fell at free fall speed. Oh, how did that happen? I don't know. This isn't like the JFK assassination where, was there someone in the manhole to the right of JFK's limousine? Was there somebody in the grassy knoll? Was there somebody in the book? Suppository. Yes, I said suppository. No, there's no guessing. It's all right there in front of us. Number one, the designers of this whole thing were marketing geniuses. They came up with, they sat around a big oak table, probably with some brandy and cigars, and went, why don't we do it on September 11th? And then we'll feed it to the media that it's 9/11. Marketing genius. Genius, because 9/11 is all what we all call 911 for fire and police. Fire, 911, fire, 911, police, 911, murder, 911, horror, scary, nasty, fear, 911. Makes the pit of your stomach go, oh. And you know darn well that they called Peter Jennings. So anyway, 9/11 fire, 9/11 war, 9/11 murder, 9/11 I've been attacked, 9/11 robbery. So these people were marketing geniuses. So we have all this irrefutable video proof that is total crap because planes made out of basically nothing. These planes that crashed into 2 of the buildings miraculously somehow brought down 3 buildings at free fall speed, right? Free fall speed. They whoop-choo right down into a pile of dust. They disappeared into the ground, okay? The 2 planes that hit were made of aluminum, guys. Aluminum. They weren't made of titanium steel and, depleted uranium. These are aluminum planes that couldn't even crash through a concrete wall. Yet somehow they punctured through box columns, steel box columns that were like 2 feet wide by 2 feet wide and about that thick of steel, like 3 inches of steel. And somehow they just cut through like hot knife through butter. And the Americans went, ding dang, did you see that, Ma? The plane cut right through the building, huh? Goddamn those damn Muslim terrorists, they did it to us again. Sorry, I sound like Bill. Then allegedly another plane, I don't care what the make or the model was, who cares what it was, just forget all those peripheral facts. A plane made out of aluminum, guys, aluminum, that doesn't have the aerodynamic capability of flying at 500 miles an hour, 50 feet above the ground. It's impossible. It's aerodynamically and engineeringly and geographically and biologically and economically, whatever word you want to throw at it, it's impossible for a plane to come down from 30,000 feet and then fly above the ground like a missile and puncture a hole through the Pentagon. Does anybody out there think to themselves, oh, geez, that doesn't make any sense? Now, this is my point today. All the proof is irrefutable. And you see the proof in the video that it's all crap. That they fed us a line of junk on September 11th. Then why are you marching on Washington, D.C. with pink pussy hats and foam vaginas on your head, marching for women's rights? What the fuck was that? You need, and I need, and everyone needs to get up off their fucking asses and put out their Marlboro Red and put down their Budweiser beer and put down their slice of pizza and march on Washington. Millions and millions of us should be standing on the White House lawn saying, what happened on September 11th is a total lie. And if you're a conspiracy theorist, stop making videos about the conspiracy and start doing something about this. Start doing something about it. Go out and march. Why isn't anybody marching and asking for the truth of what happened, or who did it, or why they did it? Our armies are everywhere now. Oh, I don't know. We sit around and we go, well, I don't know. I guess that's just what we did, Now we got our armies everywhere. It's okay. I got my Cheetos, my Marlboros, and my Budweiser. I'm okay. I don't have no job, but I'm okay. I'm okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we were completely lied to on September 11th. Completely 110,000% lied to, just so they could pick up our soldiers and move them to the Middle East, or move them to Afghanistan, or move them to wherever they wanted. Unabated. Unabated. No other foreign army even contested it, because they looked at, oh, poor America, they were attacked on September 11th. Oh, we must let their armies go wherever they say they want to go. Oh, those poor American people. That's exactly what they wanted you to do. God, people, you're actually marching a White House for women's rights when all of our rights were undermined on September 11th and the days following September 11th. Women's rights? Are you fucking kidding me? Ladies, you're laying down and dying now on the front lines of major wars in the world. What more do you want? You've got your AR M4. I think they're called M4s or M3s. I'm not a freaking military rifle expert. Ladies, you're now in the military. You're fighting with men on the front lines. You're dying. You're having your legs and your body parts blown off. You're working in the major corporations, your CIOs, CFOs, your CEOs, your ABC, PDQs, XYZ, LMNOPs. You're everything out there. Your doctors, your lawyers, your attorneys, your attorney generals. The only thing you haven't done yet is play in Major League Football, baseball, basketball, and be president of the United States. What more do you want? My God, you're standing side by side with all of us men. Why are you putting on pink pussy hats and foam vaginas and marching on Washington? What more do you want? Get your pink pussy hat and march on the White House. Step onto the mall and protest 9/11, why don't you? Because all of our rights were taken away that day. When's the last time since 9/11, truthfully, when we really have been attacked by terrorists? That shooting in Florida at the gay nightclub, that wasn't terrorism. People get run over in Ohio State with some guy with a knife. Come on. Nothing has happened to our country. Nothing on our soil has happened in 16 years, and they're still feeding you boogeymen. They're still feeding you monsters that are imaginary. It's all imaginary. They're just trying to keep the war machine going. Don't you like my eyes? I've always been told I have pretty eyes. I don't understand everybody. If that's all it takes to placate everybody, some Marlboro Reds, some Budweiser, some pizza, and a $12 an hour job, just so you and then get some food stamps from the government, and you're happy. That's it. That's all you want. You don't care that we were completely lied to on September 11th. You don't care. Start investigating the truth. Start looking at, okay, now what do we do? Now we know it was a lie. It was an absolute, complete lie, September 11th. They lied to all 350 million of us. Complete lie. And everyone's like, well, whatever, we gotta get rid of those Muslims. Muslims? White men have been fucking us up the ass for 275 years or whatever it is. What? I've never been bothered by a Muslim. Have you? Anybody who's watching this, when's the last time a Mexican or a Muslim or anybody has screwed us over? The Mexican people that come over the border are doing work that none of us white folk will do. It's the truth. I don't know about the African American people in this country, but the Chinese and the white people are not going to be out there picking berries in 118-degree heat in Arizona. I'm not going to do it. God damn, no. You'd have to have a rifle to my head to get me to do shit like that. But the Mexican people come over here and do it for $2-3 an hour. How about the white fuckers out there that don't want to work? Ladies and gentlemen, it's not time to protest about Muslims. It's not time to protest about Mexicans. It's not time to protest about Donald Trump. It's time to find out what happened on 9/11 and why we were literally screwed right up the old poop hole. And we all sit back and go, well, it's not so bad, didn't affect me none. Didn't affect me none, didn't really. No. I lost my brother in Afghanistan, but I'm okay. My sister lost both her legs in a Humvee that was blown up by an IED, but that's okay. She's okay. She's learned to work with prosthetics. Why was she even over there? Why are we even in Iraq? We still have troops over there. They say they pulled them all out, but there's people over there. They lie to you like they breathe. So we need to get together and walk on the White House lawn with signs that say, what happened on 9/11? 9/11 was an inside job. And have Donald Trump come out and say, I agree with you. I'm investigating this. You know darn well that 9/11 was an inside job. Every single one of you, whether you're in the Marines or you're in the SEALs, you're a truck driver, or you're a bagger at the local grocery store, or you're a gardener or a photographer, whatever it happens to be, we were screwed right in the ass that day. Well, they weren't. I lost a brother in those buildings. Well, if you lost anybody in any of the towers, Building 1, Building 2, or Building 7, or at the Pentagon, if you lost anybody, and you look at those videos, and you see the proof that it's all bullshit, you should be upset that your brother or your sister or your mother or your cousin died in vain. They died for a cause because some abominable force decided they wanted to put our armies in Iraq and Afghanistan for no reason whatsoever, based off of all completely unadulterated lies. Complete lies. There were no nukes or chemical weapons in Iraq. There's no way there's any reason we're in Afghanistan. It was all a lie. And if you sit there and say that I'm dishonoring the dead, then you're more delusional than anybody I've ever met. Completely out of your freaking mind. Completely out of your mind. Think of those people that died. They jumped out of those windows on 9/11. Hundreds of feet up in the air. They just decided it was either burned to death because of the thermite that was burning through the steel box columns, or fall to my death. Do you realize that the fires inside there were so horrific, they decided they'd rather jump to their death than suffocate and burned alive? Doesn't anybody get that? We should be marching on the White House lawn saying, what happened that day? Who brought down those buildings? Building 7 fell like was made out of air. It fell with no resistance. It completely was an implosion. There's absolutely no doubt about it whatsoever at all. There's no way that a jet airliner, a passenger airliner, flew with such precision and skill above, like 20 feet above the ground, guys. A jet airliner flew above the ground and plowed into the Pentagon. They're not designed to fly that way. And they're made out of aluminum. How did an aluminum aircraft fly at 500 miles an hour above the ground of Washington, D.C., or Maryland, or wherever the hell the Pentagon is, and puncture through like 3 rings of one of the most fortified, heavily defended fortresses in the entire world? The walls of the Pentagon are heavily fortified, steel rebar reinforced, multi-layered concrete walls. And you're telling me that some plane with no explosives on it just happened to, it just flew right into the side of the Pentagon there and busted a hole through it, and knocked the wall down. Yeah, that's what happened. I believe that, yeah. If you believe anything about 9/11, I tell you what. You send me your paycheck, your weekly paycheck, through PayPal. I'll be glad to take the money from you, because I got some swampland for you in the middle of Phoenix that I'm going to sell you. Send me your weekly paycheck, and I'll send you the swampland I got for you in Phoenix. And it's fertile, and it's green. It's imaginary, but I'll sell it to you. Just send it to me, because if you're that stupid, that's fine. You don't need your money. Just live off the government like everybody else wants. I got my Marlboro Reds, my pizza, and my beer, man, and my income from the Social Security and the unemployment office. And then when that runs out, I get my food stamps. I'm all set, I don't care what happened in 9/11. So what if we were all screwed? Thanks very much, everybody. Good night.